Hello, fellow travelers, as it were. Still Friday night. Pretty good week. Hopefully, you had that too. We had the eclipse that happened. Very weird time to slow down and pause. I feel like that's there. Where we're at another point like that. More or less for something that's really kind of fun, especially if you can catch it, which is a good movie. And I wanted to cover it under the guise of 8-bit dot Inc. I am also the co-host of the on the YouTube show, The First, the Last of Nerdom. This will also be playing on that as well. So we're gonna kind of throw that in the mix there, and I might change the thing there. So that's me and Tom. So this is cool. And I'm gonna probably switch it back here in a minute to the 8-bit dot Inc. Logo. Well, without further ado, I just got done seeing a couple hours ago, 7 o'clock. I went 7:15 show at the IMAX for Alex Garland's 2024 Civil War. I had heard a lot of this. Tom and I covered this before, where we didn't necessarily cover the movie, obviously, because we couldn't. But back in January, when we did one of our first New Year's traditions that we like to do, we like to go over like a big. Usually, you find it on Twitter. Somebody has the kindness out of their heart to make a big calendar logo, essentially this month based on that time, that date, movies that are upcoming in 2024. Civil War was one that I was more on the side of go to see, and that I think I might have been a maybe at first, but for the most part, I'm glad I did see it. So this is I would say a non-spoiler review of Alex Garland's The Civil War, A24. This is the biggest budget A24 film to date, I believe the biggest, which is cool. You don't see it like that. It's not that kind of movie where there's a lot of CGI or whatever. This movie has some elements of horror to it where it nails the practical effects. And that is also doubly true for it being also considered, in my opinion, of course, science fiction. And you also have other aspects of like an action film. It's very gritty, very, very direct. It's very visceral. It's very punchy. It doesn't take long to connect. If you're not in it in the first 15 minutes, I don't know what to tell you, but if you can do that, I would like to cover what my opinion of this wonderful film is. And I'm gonna separate my thing here, and I'm gonna add my little review here that I did write, that I'm gonna cover. This is, in my opinion, the best movie of the year. Now there was also Dune Part 2 that came out in March, and that also was a stunner. But I think for completeness of from beginning to end, Dune absolutely should be winning some awards for its excellence. Um, we are blessed to have these two wonderful movies. They're two completely different kind of movies, for sure. So, but in my opinion, if I was asked, would you? And I'm a Dune nut. Okay, I've read all the books, even Brian Herbert, even the Sons, whatever, whatever. I personally enjoyed them for what they were, and of course, I am my scale here for comparing and contrasting for Dune is the fact that you may not like Brian Herbert, the Sons books, but they are more coherent, they are more entertaining, and they are more complete and packaged than anything that you ever got from post Disney Star Wars that you got. Meaning that I would rather deal with the material that comes from Brian Herbert's books, because I know that they would be far more engaging and entertaining than anything that they've done with Star Wars and Disney Plus. And it doesn't mean I hate Star Wars. I don't. I love Star Wars very much, but the Disney Plus Star Wars is just not. I don't know what it is, but it is what it is. Maybe you love it, maybe whatever. I'm not bagging on that, but I am saying that all this being said, that is a good movie to see in completeness, and even better if you get into the books. But today we have Civil War, and I just wanted to, kind of just go, I definitely obviously have some nerdy enthusiasm going on here. But the cinematic experience that is Civil War is managed to stir the pot in the most A24 way possible. Is it sci-fi? As I said before, yes. Is it horror? A bit. Um, it takes the technical cinematography strengths that are a horror for practical effects for some of the shots that you see. They are very much real and visceral. That is not CGI. It is you can see that. So and this is no surprise because Alex Garland also made Dredd, the best adaptation of Judge Dredd in the known universe, as it goes for cinema, for film. Nobody's going to argue with me on that point. This Sly Stallone one, it is what it is. I'm not dogging it or whatever, but Carl Urban is Judge Dredd, period, in discussion. Nobody's going to fight me on that. And then if you want to go back even further, I believe his second film was and I noted this in my article, 28 Days Later. Those two together should assure you that you are in good hands with this story. And I would also caution, actually, I'm going to bring this up like this. Yeah, well, more like this. Sorry. I would caution that you should see this completely between those two goalposts, right? Dread and 20 Days Later. So basically, without getting into spoilers, this is a pretty spoiler free review. The late stage, we're at the late stages of Civil War, witnessed through the press, journalist. Photo by photo, we find we find ourselves embedded smack in the center, the middle. It kind of reminded me to throw in another nerdy reference of being the Watcher in Marvel, like What If, like that was a whole comic book series. You're observing. You want to look away, but you can't. This isn't just a movie. It is, in my opinion, because of the division of politics that we're in, either your team red or your team blue, whatever. This I think hits harder, but we'll get to that in a minute. So if you just go with it and you just see it, it's just a movie. It You really will kind of get in touch with it, and you'll start to get that connection with everybody else. This movie demands this moment that we're at, that all kind of causes us to reflect and think different things. Demands to be dissected with the precision of a scalpel, and it also has an excitement of a comic book fan, or a new book fan, or a new movie fan. Maybe it's your first genre of noir films. Maltese Falcon. You see that is something that will resonate with you forever and always, as a classic always does. But it has that wonderful feeling of a first time person coming across a rare first edition and discovering it for the first time. If A24 keeps us up, we might have to preserve it for future generations. So we have these incredible films. Excuse me. No other studio today could have hit the target again and again like they do. And that's the fun part. Is this the end? Is this the beginning? Like, man, chill out. Like it's just like a movie. In my opinion, the from the opening shot, Civil War, as it gets us from uninterested into the pedestrian right away. He Alex has a way do narrative and pacing that is just completely straight shot, visual storytelling, um, that feels perfectly timed, as a perfectly timed dance with the audience. It's like he takes our hand as the viewer and leads us through the emotional maze. It's bewildering. It's captivating. It's The timing is indeed sublime. Each scene and cut feels crafted to you know advance the story, but also engage you on a deeper level that it invites you in. This isn't a film you watch; it's a film you experience. The journey you take with the characters is very much real and hauntingly human, uh, for sure. Similar to there is no bad acting in this film at all, in my opinion. Even from minor to major. Kirsten Dunst stands out. I think that she is a revelation. She brings her subtlety and emotional power. She has dynamic range. She's not just stoic. She's not just the hero, whatever. She is. She's torn. She's torn. She's complex. But she has depth. I already said that. It really is good. And Garland obviously knows how to draw the best out of his stable. And the soundtrack, I gotta say, it stands on its own. It's not just on point. It's a class in how music can elevate a film. This is it transforms you from this scene to this scene. You don't know what to expect. You're just there for the ride. And it is it's discordant. It mirrors what you see with your eyes on the film as you go through the story. And that brings me to what it is. It's not a political thing, right? Okay, so don't do this. Don't try to graft today's America onto this film. Don't do Team Red, Team Blue. Don't bother. Don't bother. Don't. It does not work that way. All you can do is get in and hang on, right? Uh, and it this is how a movie should be made. It lets the audience, lets the viewer, doesn't tell you what to think or what to feel. There is no message. It is it doesn't beat you over the head with dumb stuff. It welcomes you in, and you're all along for the ride if you let it. Kaylee Spadney also stands out to me. She is the audience. You are her. She is you. She's the conduit that you get this fractured future America. This we don't know what the fuck. Excuse me. What the hell up is? What the hell down is? We don't know left or right. We don't know. We're just there. We're just there. We're on a trip, literally on a journey. It covers that beautifully. Obviously, it leaves you vulnerable. It resonates deeply, hopefully, with you if you see it. Through her eyes, you're full of curiosity and fear and empathy, and every moment that from boom to bang that you can get into. You witness the horrors of what war is. Humanity at war with ourselves. It's unfiltered and raw. And again, without Alex Garland's background with horror films, and his ability to weave in those technical merits, just like Villeneuve does with Dune and how he shot that movie. One of the same. They make the journey, but you're there with her, and you see as she matures and the resilience she builds through literally her lens. You'll only see it if you see that. And that's not a spoiler or giveaway. But it is a moment to moment affair, to be clear. And Stephen Henderson's role as Sammy, he is like the Yoda to everyone. The older guy with gravitas and performance. He anchors every scene he's in. He represents like the old guard. The everyone ask him for his wisdom. He is like the first point on this film every step of the way, and it makes sense. Um, and he knows what he's talking about. I'll just put it that way. Yeah, he is the moral compass a little bit. He is the knowledge base. He is the strength that these characters draw from time to time. They all kind of check in with them. It is all navigated, and you go from there. I don't want to spoil too much, but between the two, it shows the generational change, the cyclical nature of history, that this film broadly kind of flirts with this kind of like America will end, kind of type thing, but not end. Yeah, I kind of I do that face wagging for effect, but it's handled with such a deft touch. It allows you to explore the interplay between what you see as a beginner and what you see as a veteran. I'll just leave it there. But you see very clearly through the eyes of every single character, who are deeply human and are connected to this thing. Again, I mentioned at the top. We're wrapping it up here. Biggest budget film to date. Its heart and soul is in its storytelling, its performance, the ability to connect with the audience and invite you on that dance, like I mentioned before. Phenomenal acting across the board. Kirsten Dunst deserves an award for this. She is really, really good. Um, this is not something that you're going to get jump. You're going to get jumped. You're going to get shocked, but not in a overwhelming way. I would say if you were going to take your kiddos this, they should probably not be younger than teenage years, whatever that is to you as a parent. But the best thing is when a movie it shows you what cinema can, when it dares to dream, to think, and to feel, and then you figure out what the art means to you. That's the best part about this whole thing. Anyway, I just wanted to cover that. Oh, and I did want to kind of roll through some of the finer points here. Um, just give credit where due. Civil War, Kirsten Dunst, Nick Offerman narrates a lot in this. These are kind of just kind of follow up commentary, final commentary, I guess, as I go through the cast list here from IMDb. You hear him, and it's so strange because when you hear him, you feel welcome and something familiar in this kind of weird way. I don't know how to describe it. But also but you hear this voice that's familiar, but you see what you're seeing on the screen, and it really is jarring. it I have no doubt that Alex Garland brought him into this project for effect for a very good reason. This is another Wagner uh, Mora, and he also is great. Alex Garland somehow knows how to find these guys that are not super huge big, but are just absolutely great. And you dig it. Same here. Good God, she's got a future ahead of her. She is amazing. I would love to kind of check out more of her films. I see Pacific Rim Uprising. That's funny. Anyway, it's just the nerd. And then Stephen Henderson, good God, man. He was in Dune Part 1. He was not in Dune Part, well, whatever, but he is so good in everything he does. It really is. He really is good. He's one to keep an eye on. Just kind of going over Alex Garland, his credits. That'll be in the show notes as well. When I post publish this and I come back to it. 28 days later, again, a great film. Maybe you don't want to go see the Civil War. You want to wait for it to stream. That's fine. Go rent or watch or stream this. And I'll include the Just Watch links, like where you can go see it for free if it's on streaming for free or whatever, or if you got to pay or whatever, or if it's already on something you subscribe to. 20 days later is great to check out, as well as Dread, Carl Urban, another standout actor that woefully underutilized for films nowadays, in my opinion. Of course, you can catch my review on 8bit.inc. This is just the video that I'm putting out today. Go read this, go check it out. Please subscribe. I would appreciate that very much. I'm on Substack on there. And then, like I said, up there, up thread, there it is, punchy, directed, visceral. Also, if you like, you can find me at 8bit_inc on Twitter, as well as the first last nerdum on YouTube, and my private channel, which I'm doing something. I'm trying to get the 8bit thing going on my YouTube side, personal side, but it's just kind of taking a little bit more time than I like. But it is what it is. And with that, I just wanted to kind of pivot here. Here's a little thing. I hope you go out there and watch this movie no matter what. I think that you will make up your own mind. But if you want to spend 18, 20 bucks on a film, this is it. Just sneak your beer in, sneak your drink in, sneak your whatever. And maybe you want dinner. I don't know. That's kind of a thing nowadays with modern theaters. But I've been Mike, ML, 8bit.inc, again on Substack. I'll see you later.